What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists out there? Welcome to On the Beach. Repeat the series that you put on in the background whilst you hobby or paint along with me. We're on the beach. The sun is shining. It's daytime. It's my summer, and let's go, baby. So it feels like summer. And it's odd weather today, but it's sunny enough for me to do one of these bad boys. I've got some interesting things on my bench today, apart from the usual stuff that I've got on my bench. It seems like forever that I need to clear off. I'm doing a little bit of building today, so I'm not really building, just doing a couple of things together on it. So I'm going to move my paint palette. Getting quite heavy these days. Look at that, like, just because of the paint. Layers of paint that's in it. Interesting. I've got my fan set up as well. Is it plugged in? Yes, it is. Look at that, look. Oh, nice. So I've got a little bit of a cross breeze here now. I've got the window open as well. Yeah, that's nice, actually. I'll turn this off for now because I don't want any extra noise. I'm more concerned about having the atmosphere of what I'm experiencing now. I'm sat at my workbench facing a sunny window. The blinds are open, but they're down. Do you know what I mean? So that's when you close them. So they're open like that, but they're down. You know. But I can see, plenty enough for that. I'm wondering why my why the paints on my workbench have things like Guinness gold. I don't remember doing any gold or metallics, but I guess I must have done it at some point. I'm just going to put them to one side for now. Most of the bench here is taken up with brushes, it would seem. So I've got like my Wendigo here I want to do, and at some point, and we're going to get some painting done. No worries there. But first of all, I'm wanting to glue together a couple of pieces from some 3D printed models I ordered a couple of weeks ago now. And it's really exciting because I've got three. I got sent one for free by a company. Let me just looking up the name of the company, because I'm doing this. If you're new to this series, it's what you put on in the background whilst you're doing hobby. So we'll go camera down onto the worktop soon, and then we'll do our thing. You'll see me working on it, and we'll talk and whatever else. Right, so the company's called Forged Terrain, right? And they sent me a couple of things. Well, one I bought, one they've sent me for free. They sent me a Minotaur for free, which is quite cool. Really cool, actually. So I want to get him glued together. I don't know, you got to glue his arms or his weapon on or something. And there's a base, of course. There's a base of 3 parts to that one. We'll have a closer look at him. Then I've got a Werebear, which I ordered and paid for, because that's what I want. You know, who knows when I might need it in my campaign, right? I got to glue his hands on. That's okay. That's fine. And then I've got a sort of cyberpunky lady to glue to a base. I'll put her to one side for a minute. So, as I say, that's what I'm going to be doing. So grab your glues, brushes, paints, models, whatever you need. Get a cup of tea, coffee, whatever, because we're going to be doing this for a little while. And yeah, let's get to the bench. Okay, so yeah, I got this Minotaur. Let's see if we can zoom in a little more here. Alright. See that there? So that's kind of cool. Can we do a fixed focus on that one? Let's have a 0.5 meters. Yeah, let's do that. Right, okay. Right, so there it is. So what I've got to glue on really is this, I suppose, like here, yeah, holding his weapon. That's kind of what I've got to glue on. But first of all, I just want to go around the model, make sure there's no. Well, there's a couple of little bits on there. Yeah. All right, so getting my hobby knife, if I can pull it out the mug I'm using to hold it. So there's a couple of bits here which it's one of those things where you think, is that meant to be there, or is that just part of the strands of the 3D print? I think it's part of the strands of the 3D print. So they've cleaned it up, a bit, which is cool. I'm just going to refine that here now. So it's been an interesting weekend. So I've had my friend here, my old school friend. Only for the one night. He came down Saturday, went back Sunday. But we had a good laugh. We caught up and catching up on life. Life in the universe and how are things and all that sort of stuff. Right, there's bits on here which I think might be part of the detail, but I don't want them. Sort of droopy bits of fur under his chin. Well, I don't want that on him, so I'm taking it off. Take that off. I mean, it might not be part of it anyway, so given the fact that I don't want it, I'm taking it off. Yeah, anyway, so he came up. We had a good time. Went out for a couple of drinks and put the world to rights sort of chat. A bit philosophical, and I had a lot to catch up on. Not as much as I thought, actually, because he ran into another mutual colleague from our school days, actually, recently. But he's supposed to be meeting up with him again to find out all the news about all the people we used to go to school with, and he hasn't had a chance to do that yet, but he's promised to do that, and then catch me up on the events of other people too. It's interesting because a few of the people we used to know, they've passed on, they've died, tragedies like illnesses and cancer and things like that. So it's really I don't know, odd when you hear about these things. Well, there's an old school colleague I used to know. I spoke about him in another video called Jonathan Phippen, yeah. He died of cancer. Well, apparently, so did his older brother. So that's just, that's a bit shocking, to say the least. When you find out these things, it's like, oh my god, yeah. It's terrible, really. That leaves two younger brothers, twins actually, left in that family. So, he had children as well. So you find out these things about the people you knew and go, oh, blimey. Found out that someone else I used to know at school passed away as well. Someone called John Archibald. I mean, what is going on? All these people dying. It's just, it's just an oddity. It really is. Resin is quite hard to clean up. I find resin hard to clean up because you've got to be careful not to break something that's not meant to be broken. When you're trying to get rid of something that's not meant to be there. There's a tendency to sometimes you can end up cutting off more than you need. Plastic is easier to clean up anyway, I think. Not only for the fact that if you, I don't know, accidentally cut someone's arm off or something, you know, it's easier to glue back. Whereas a little detail with this, you know, it has to be done with super glue. And I just don't like working with super glue. Basically, it's bad enough on bigger pieces, but when you're talking about little things, so much harder. I find it so much harder. So yeah. But this is an interesting miniature. I got this for free, so I can't really grumble, can I? So let's have a look at his weapon now. I'm sure that's been cleaned up quite well, because that's easier access. Yeah, it's quite good. That's the other thing with 3D printing, you get all these strands, don't you? I'm not a fan of that. I don't like the look of it, for one thing. It freaks me out a bit. Probably got a bit of a phobia. So I just find plastic easier to work with. Yeah. Yeah, right, so I can glue this in place now, I think, if I can open the super glue. That's the other thing with super glue, isn't it? You know, the lids all stick together, and right. So I'll just hold this in place for a bit. Now I'm sure there's other areas that need cleaning up, and that's fine. But I'll do that later. Before I glue him to his base, I think. See, this Minotaur, I've got Minotaurs. I've got a couple of Minotaurs now. Yeah. This is quite cool. This shield on his back. And let's just zoom out slightly. Yeah, so you can see. Yeah, that ain't bad. That's not bad at all. So I won't do any more cleanup now. All apart from that little nubbin bit there. There you go. That's the only thing. When you start gluing resin together, you gotta watch that you don't accidentally catch something that's been glued, haven't you? And pull it apart. Yeah, well, that's that done. Let's look at my Werebear now. This model's got much more of an open pose, so to be fair, should have been easier to clean up. Those teeth look really cool. That would have been difficult to try and differentiate between that and the like the support strands from the 3D print. So if that's been done for me, I'm very appreciative of that, because yeah, that would have been hard. Okay, well, you know, the same deal here with his hands. Just got to do it twice, you know. Just holding his hand in place there. These are going to be good models once painted. I mean, I've got a 3D printed werewolf couple actually. I'll show you the difference between the bear and the wolf. I mean, the bear is a lot bigger. That's cool. You can let that dry now. There's a few more places to tidy up, but I really want to get this hand in here. I've got immune tea today for my beverage, so and that's partly because, well, I didn't have a normal cup of tea because I've already had a normal cup of tea recently, so I didn't want another one right away. And my coffee mate's running low for my coffees, and I prefer that to milk, so I'm trying to conserve a bit of that. And you know, don't get paid till the end of the month, so got to sort of hold off until we order more stuff, food and that, big food things. Like we get our coffee mate in big bags, so it lasts us the month most of the time. We've had we've had guests, I've had a few visitors this month, so it's been draining on our resources there for a bit, so it goes down, doesn't it? Well, I think that's done on the hand there now. That's good. Still a bit pliable there. Still dry. It's funny. I always thought super glue was like an instant buy. It is on your skin, isn't it? But not on other things like resin and metal and things. Let's try and do a dry fit of his right hand. Oh, that's not too bad either. Right, okay. I think we might get away with this. My super glue is lasting quite well, actually. There, I'm just going to hold him upside down a little bit for a while. When he's all dry, I'll compare the Werebear against the werewolf, and you can see then the difference. If, like, a werewolf in warrior form is like 10 foot tall, then the Werebear is going to be 12 at least, Much less common than the wolves, though. Yeah, so I'll just let him dry upside down for a bit in my hand. So I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Yeah, I do like the immune tea. It's like a fruity, like a sort of blackberry flavour. Okay, so my friend came up. We played Zombicide, because he plays Zombicide as well. He's got some Zombicide sets at home, and we actually played he chose the scenario. We played a scenario I've not played before, like a hard one, and it was really cool. I can't remember the name of it, but if I describe it to you, you might recognise it. Some of you, it's the one where you've got to go around. You've got to open all the. It's classed as hard. It's one where you've got to go open all every building and collect 5 objectives. I think it is. One of them's got to be coloured, so you got go in pretty much most of the rooms. One of the rooms, however, has a spawn point in it. There's 3 spawn points, one either side of the board and one in the middle of this room. But the room is locked up to start with, so the room's just getting fuller and fuller of zombies. You know, so by the time you're ready to make a dash for the exit, you got to open this room and then they all come pouring out. It's quite hilarious, really. Yeah, it's really cool. When we started it, I didn't think we was gonna last past the second turn, but we actually managed to complete it in the end. Only thanks to a special character I've got called Hayden. It's got a special ability called 2 cocktails are better than 1. Which is basically, if you have a Molotov cocktail in his hand and he throws it, he rolls a dice immediately. On a 4+, he gets to keep another one or put it back in his thing. So, I suppose he's made another one. Which is cool. Saved our bacon. One of my friend's characters, he got a Molotov as well, so he was able to use that. And yeah, the only thing with the Molotov cocktail, we're killing all the zombies on the ones. We got most of them on one square, and it's like you're upping your adrenaline points by about 20-30 points in one hit. So we put us straight in the red instantly. I was like, oh my god, So we went from like the blue to the red almost, or the yellow to the red, and we made a dash. Let's just go for it, make a dash for it, and thankfully we did. We got everything, and it panned out all right in the end. Okay, left hand is fairly stable. So his right hand, and now his left hand is as well. So work out where he's going to stand on this. Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. Werebear. I'm quite excited for that. Yeah, it's going to be good. And Minotaur. They're about the same size, actually, the Minotaur and the Werebear. Well, the Werebear's bigger. That's no surprise. No surprise at all. Okay. I'm just going to see if my Minotaur will stand easy on his base. Yeah, he will. Yeah, pretty easy. Right, so bit of glue there and a bit of glue there. Right, just bear with me. Right, he's standing on his base right now. Just trying to turn him around without him falling over. There. That is pretty cool. That's very cool, actually. Then what I will do, I think, is, finish up. I'll keep having a look at the cleaning up of the model. Get some primer on them. I don't know what primer to use on them at the moment. A little unsure. And I'll go back to work on my others. I've got a couple of halflings here that I want to work on as well. Here, it's one of them. Here's my other one. And I've ordered another one, a Ralpartha halfling. And it's like, well, I want to play a halfling for my D&D character for my solo campaign. Oh, excuse me. But I've ended up doing another one for him, be like an ally, a love interest, whatever. She's female. And I've ordered another halfling, so maybe a mutual friend or I don't know. But 3 halflings, that's like really not what I was intending to play. But, you know, so be it. Or I might do the other one as a bit of an NPC, you know. He comes in and out of playing alongside the characters. They might meet him along the way or something like that. I don't know. I'm starting off. My intention was to start off with this guy here on the shipwreck on the shore of some beach, and that's how I want to start my campaign, basically. My Minotaur is steady enough to move on his own accord now. Right, let's get this bad boy done. Another look at my Werebear here. He's got some shiny on the bottom of his feet, which I need to take down, really. Have I got a suitable... Yeah, I'll do. File. I really should get some new files, actually. To see the points where he was joined by the strands of resin on the bottom of his feet here. Yeah, but thank you to Forged Terrain for sending me the Minotaur for free. I ordered this Werebear here. But that's cool. There. Not bad. Bad at all. Right, so how is he going to stand on this outcropping of rock here? Is he going to stand like that? Is he going to stand like that? Honestly don't know how he's going to stand. I think I've got to get it so that his rear foot is making contact, and that's not easy because of the way he is, basically. It's a difficult one to pose at the moment, him. Wonder if I've got any other bases I could use for him, because that base looks a bit complicated. I don't know that I have, to be honest. Don't know if that would be any better. I don't know. Don't think it will. Or even, would he be any better off on just a flat base like that? Could be. There. I mean, these too big, these bases, I think. You know, something massive. I'm just trying out different bases that he could stand on. Oh yeah, he could stand on it easy, but I mean, massive he is. He stands on that pretty easy. I don't know. No, I honestly don't think I've got anything in here that would suit him. I mean, I've got a clear base. Clear base. Don't really know about that. This is a dilemma and a half, I can tell you. I mean, this big base here he fits on it quite well, but really he gets sort of eaten up by the base. Let me compare him alongside a werewolf. Yeah, I mean, what if he was on a clear base doing it? He's still pretty massive compared to him, isn't he? If he was on his rocky outcropping, the one would be way bigger. And if he was on that, no, he'd just dwarf him, wouldn't he? Right, too big. That's not going to work. Too awkward. I don't like the one that comes with his model, so it's either this one or this one. I'm thinking this poker chip one. Oh, I don't know. So I can paint this green at the moment, but I can basically paint it whatever I want. I'm going for this poker chip one. Right, so do forgive me. Bit of off-camera stuff here at the minute. Alright. This is all designed so that I can let him dry on his own. You can just about see him. Yeah, it's kind of funny having the werewolf alongside. I mean, the werewolf is big. Let's have some more tea. What time have we got here? 35 minutes already. What should I call this episode of On the Beach, by the way? The Werebear and the Minotaur, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it, because I'm not going to have a lot of time for much else. Werebear and the Minotaur. I'm just going to pack these other bases away. I'll put this one that came with it in the base box as well, because come in handy for something else. Yeah, the Werebear and the Minotaur. That's excellent. Brilliant. Well, whilst I'm waiting for them to dry, I'm gonna have a look at this cyberpunk lady I purchased. But the problem with her is not much contact on her feet. Now, well, one, she needs cleaning up, and two, she can easily go on a smaller base, which is what I will do. Because why they put a 32mm base in for her, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's funny, playing Zombicide over the weekend with my friend. It's making me want to open up one of my expansion sets and paint it up. If I open it up though, that'll be an unboxing, won't it? So that'll be quite cool. Yeah, she definitely needs a different base. That is way too big. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, what sort of thing could we do? Could we give her a cobbled street one? Even that would be big. Yeah, no, I'm thinking smaller base, 25mm base. Yeah. I'll pack that one away. That makes much more sense to me. Now, can I move my Werebear? Yeah. Look at that. Okay, well, I didn't pack my clear base away. Well, talk about trying to tidy as you go. Right. So now I've got to somehow glue this cyberpunk lady to her base. Point of contact is really small. That's the word I'm looking for. There. Just let it go. Let it dry on its own for a few moments before even attempting to move it. I daren't even put any pressure on the top. But if that glue's in place, then that's going to be good. Yeah, I do kind of worry about these types of miniatures because the point of contact is so minuscule from the model to the base that it tends to not hold on very well. But yeah, we'll see how we go. What are we on? 39 minutes. That's okay. Sip of tea is in order, I think. Well, while she's drying, I'll try and figure out what else happened this weekend. Well, I haven't seen my wife much because my friend's been up and we've been doing stuff, but that's fine. Watched another couple episodes of Endeavour, which is good. We're getting through that. That's excellent. Really, really excellent. Weather's been strange, as I said at the start. It's like rains, then comes out burning hot sun in the next instant. It's not sort of weather you can put washing out on the line because you put it out, glorious hot sunshine. Minutes later, pouring rain. I was like, hey, what's going on? And then you take it in, and it goes back out again. He's like, well, hang on, make your mind up. Like, can't make its mind up. You know, it's annoying days like that. You know, for goodness sake, do one or the other. Obviously, I'd rather you had sunshine, but you know, thankfully it seems to have cleared up for a while at the moment, which is good. Yeah, the sun, the seagulls there. That's good. There doesn't seem to be as many of them around this year, which is odd. I think they're in decline now, aren't they? You know, no thanks to man. Encroaching upon nesting areas and so on. Yeah. Which is a shame. Okay. So whilst I'm waiting for them to, I'm thinking about what I'm going to be painting next. And yeah, that's interesting too. I think actually I'm not going to be painting. I think I'm going to be building up the bases of my hobbits, halflings here, because I painted them beige because I thought I'll put sand on them. But I kind of need to put a bit of a layer of texture on it first and then I'll paint it beige. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, Sterling Battlemire. That's a paint I can use for that. I'll get rid of some of these bags here. Getting on my nerves. Right. Looking for my texture tool, which is here. So my Werebear is all done on the base there. Now look at that. So that's good. See if I can move that. Yeah, let's put that over there. Excellent. Right. Now for my halfling. Yeah, the bear, the Werebear, and the Minotaur. I don't know. It's just got a certain ring to. I'll just take this out of my holder here. That's more of a painting holder. Put him on a holdy lid here. Yeah, so just build this area up like so. Not bad, not bad. Oh, we were talking, my friend and I, about nostalgia. I mean, he's almost as bad as I am for nostalgia. So, you know, we're a right pair, really. You know, sort of nerding out on nostalgia trips. It's strange, isn't it? Let's try and move this camera up a bit. Yeah, so I'm just trying to level the base up here so that when that dries, I can paint it. I can put sand on it, or whatever I need to do, and it won't look odd. Otherwise, it looks odd against the metal surround of the model in question. Right, so that's that done on him. Now, I'd like to do the same on the female halfling. Hang on a minute. Let's grab another lid. There we go. Now we can do the same thing now. And I'll do the same thing on my other halfling that hasn't arrived yet when he does arrive, you know. Alpatha one. There's a couple of little Alpatha miniatures I've seen on eBay which have taken my eye, and they're not very expensive. And it gives me a lot of joy to work with them. I'll just scrape some of the paint off of my stick here. Yeah, you just gotta pop this on and then just literally you just gotta leave it. Right. Leave those. Right. Pretty cool. Werewolf. Go on more of a painting handle again, but I want to access for his base, so just pop him on there. I've got another one here, darker skinned one, which can be used. Really cool, brilliant model. I want to get a couple sort of like this, but I can use for black spiral dancers. Actually, I'd like 4 or 5 black spiral dancers. That would be brilliant. For those of you that don't know, a black spiral dancer is an evil. Just think of it as an evil werewolf in the game Werewolf the Apocalypse. Because surprise, surprise, no, werewolves aren't evil in the game. You play the werewolves and you are the heroes, basically. Right, I've got another werewolf here, sort of in transition. It's good. Oh, I've got my gladiator. Yeah, I need to build up the base on his. I can still use this holder for that because he's a square base and bit easier to maneuver. All right. So I'm going to build up his base here with some Sterland Battlemire that I was using with my halflings. Because this gladiator chappie is going to feature in the game too. Right, just turn it around the other way. So it's nice having today off. Today is the bank holiday Monday. It's nice because it means next week will be a day shorter. My friend made me laugh because he really hates work. He was really he was really going off on one when he was here about it. It's quite funny. He's so fed up with the work he does. He's actually retraining to do something different, which is cool. I admire him for doing that at this stage of life. Our lives. I do admire that. Not happy with what he's been dealt, so he's going to go try something else. I do admire that. I might as well do my Wendigo. I say Wendigo. What is it? Wendigo. I don't know. Again, I'm just trying to level off the base with the metal insert or the metal stand that it comes on. so that whatever I do won't look too out of place, will it? My wife's writing at the moment, which is quite exciting. She's going to be having a book display in one of our local shops soon. So she's all sort of amped up for that as well, getting ready for that, you know. There. That is cool. So once these have dried, the bases and that, we're in good shape, because the dries solid and, job's done then. Can repaint or do whatever I need to for the next stage or what have you. Right, okay. Get some. Oh, let's get some paint. Over here, I don't know. So these Alpaca plastic miniatures are really not very good at all. They're just, suitable for a game, not a board game, not anything else. Not good enough for role playing or anything. I suppose you could at a pinch. I mean, we used to use cardboard standees after all. But I'd like to paint the plume, if I can, on my gladiator. I've wanted to paint it orange, because I don't know. It's just what I want for my gladiator's feather. I want an orange. I want an orange feather sticking out of the thing. Can we do it? Tron Slayer orange. How's about that? Yeah, Troll Slayer orange. I'm going to have to take up that in the paint pot. Right, so bear with me. Do bear with me. I'm going to be switching on my paint shaker in a moment. I've already opened this. Yes, alright. Right, excuse me. Just get that shaken up a minute, and then it's been a while since I used it, so yeah, saves me shaking them by hand. Love it. My friend couldn't get over that electric paint shaker. He's shaking his head at me. Can't believe you have an electric paint shaker. Believe it, baby. I'm going to use this compartment here. Right, now I'm just going to use Lamia Medium to thin this down if I can. Oh my gosh. Because I don't want to make it too thin. It looks a bit thin now. But that's alright, a couple of coats. We should be alright. Okay. Get one coat on here. On his feather plume, whatever it's going to be. And I just want it nice and bright. I didn't want it red. I wanted orange. Don't know why. Ever since I saw this model, I just wanted the feather on his helmet to be orange. So, yeah, orange. This is cool. I will put 2 coats of this on, I think, but even this 1 coat here now is looking pretty good. I like it. I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, we'll get a shade wash on there, and we'll be good to go. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. That's mental. That is excellent. Okay. So that's my little bit of painting for now. Didn't think I was actually going to get any painting done today, but there you go. Painted a feather. Mental. What are we at? 56, nearly 57 minutes. Well, I suppose I could look for some primer, couldn't I? I could. Bit of primer. Excuse me a moment. Looking for some primer. And another holder. Right. Got the holder. Black primer. I don't know, you know. No, we'll go with the dark yellow primer. Right. Okay. Oh, made a decision. Right. Found a holder. And that's what my Minotaur's going to sit on. And I'm going to prime him in dark yellow. Don't need to put this on the electric paint shaker. I'm going to prime him dark yellow. That's what I'm going to do. It's quite a good primer actually, this dark yellow. It's more really better for painting tanks, really. That one. But I've found so many other uses for it. Okay, speaking of tanks, I've got 2 bolt action tanks which need painting and several more to build, so that's going to be interesting. Yeah, this is kind of... I mean, grey would be a good primer for this one, but, you know, the resin's very similar to the grey of the primer, and I can see, when I put this dark yellow on a miniature like this, exactly what has been primed. And it is still fairly neutral as a colour. And it's great for skin tone, I've noticed. So, yeah. So this primer I like. I will get more of this primer colour when this runs out, because it is a great primer to use as a sort of a neutral-ish colour, you know, for your model. Golds and that go over it brilliantly, you know, other metallics, even silver. Like I say, flesh and gold, brilliant. Great for that. can hear people out and about. That's... Oh, our neighbour did a nice thing. We opened the door early, our front doorstep, and on the doorstep was some fresh eggs. Oh, who's that from? Oh, I don't know. I opened them. There was a note inside. Hi, I've got some chickens, and I thought you might like these eggs. Enjoy the eggs. I was like, oh wow, that is so nice. That is really, really lovely. I thought you don't get that in places like Plymouth and that. You just don't get that. Yeah, really nice. I want to do something in return. And what I think I can do is the back of her house. She's got a window which is still a wooden frame, and it could do with some TLC, to be honest. It's a bit rotted out, and I've got to sort out part of our fence anyway. I want to treat it with some anti-wood rot, blah blah blah. So I'm going to see if she would like me to treat the frame of her window and rub it down and fill in any gaps. Well, there are gaps. Fill in the gaps and then repaint the frame. Might give it a bit more longevity. See if she would like me to do that. And I could do that. Obviously, I wouldn't do anything without her knowledge of it. And yeah, I think one good turn deserves another. That's how I was brought up. So I said, do you want me to do that? Because I've got to do my fence anyway as well. It just, seems to make a bit of logical sense. Well, this is going on quite well, this primer here. It's taking a lot of primer though. I should have probably airbrushed the primer on him. But I'm going to be painting him by hand, so I might as well get used to the model, explore the model by hand with the primer. I like doing that, and it's relaxing. I've always said this. I find it very relaxing. It's the point of this, isn't it? Hobby to chill out and relax and stuff. There we go. Yeah, I just love my neighbourhood. It's wonderful. I love living here. People are lovely. The place is lovely. And, I just love life here. I really do. Yeah, that ain't bad, is it, really? That, I don't think. It's not bad at all. As a thing, I should be able to... I wonder if I could put this Werebear into one of the Citadel holders. Looks like I can. I'm going to use the same primer. We'll do that, and then we'll call it a day for this episode of On the Beach, shall we? Yeah, so I think I'm going to need more primer than I've squeezed out, but it's easy enough to put more on there. See how this goes, because there's a lot of flesh on here as well, so this will be a good primer to use for him, I feel. I've seen all sorts of weird creatures personified into, miniatures. And I think one of the strangest ones I've seen is the weird shark. I think I'm going to have to get him. Just because it's so odd. I don't think I'd be using it in my campaign, but it's just so odd. It's like, yeah. I just want to paint it because it's so weird. See this weird Werebear has got some bracelet type thing going on here. He could make an excellent character, either in a werewolf or vampire game, or D&D. This is like really excellent. Obviously, the feel of the vibe of the character and the game would be completely different, but the model can be used for either. I mean, you could probably use it for Call of Cthulhu as well. You know what? I'm beginning to have an idea that I might want to run by my wife for her book, actually. She might go for it, she might not. As I'm painting this, which is good. Being careful here not to go over the base, because at the moment the base is painted kind of green. I probably won't keep it that, but I might put grass effect on it or something of that ilk to simulate, I don't know, woodland area or something like that. The brush isn't doing too badly. I remember I got it. Might have got it in somewhere like the works or somewhere, you know. That's the sort of thing that's coming to my mind when I look at this brush. It's not a fancy brush or anything like that. Perfect for stuff like this, though. Yeah, he's quite a nice pose on this model. Nice and open. He wants the primers dry on these models. Fair game as far as painting is concerned. Then maybe the next on the beach video I make, I can be painting these, can't I? So the primering will be done, it'll be dry, it'll be like good to go. Well, that ain't bad, I don't think. You know, as a as a layer of primer, that's not bad. I think I'm going to leave it there, because I think I've done awesome work. So, the Werebear and the Minotaur. That's what I'm going to call this episode. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I've really enjoyed it. It's been really fun doing all manner of things, gluing, building and painting, albeit primary. Well, I painted the gladiator's feather in the helmet of his armour. That was good. Yes, I've done that. So thanks ever so much for joining me. Do remember, all brushes lead to war. There'll be more videos to come, especially now the summer's here. Yeah, boy. I'll see you guys on another video. Bye for now. Bye-bye.